Hey art snackers, welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, or in case you're new here, my name is Roxanne, also known as Bye Bun, and I'm a mixed media artist and illustrator. For this month's video, I thought that it might... One second. Sorry about this, guys. Box breakdown, this is Bun. What's that? We're gonna be doing oil painting techniques, but there's no oil paint in the box? Underpainting. Glazing. Get ready for a banana bonanza, because this is the ArtSnacks box breakdown. Welcome back to another box breakdown, the monthly video series where we take a closer look at some of the supplies and techniques found in the latest ArtSnacks box. And remember, when you see this icon appear on your screen, it means it's an ArtSnacks Plus item. If you remember, in the summer of 2018, I went a little overboard creating this watermelon illustration, aka Melon Mania. With the color combo I got in this month's box, I thought that it might be fun to do an updated version of it. But this time, with bananas. It's a banana bonanza! Beyond the bananas, we've also got some interesting techniques to explore. So why don't we go ahead and get started, shall we? First up, let's check out this month's substrate in the ArtSnacks Plus box. This is the Frederick's Pro Series Belgian linen board. This sturdy 8x10-inch, 100% archival Belgian linen is great for acrylic or oil paint. And this is due to the 2 coats of acid-free gesso. It's pre-primed for you, has a great matte feeling, and is totally ready to go. Now, if you remember when I created my Melon Mania piece, I took a whole bunch of watermelon slices and overlapped them, filling up the entire space. I want to recreate that same idea here, but this time with bananas. Before sketching onto the linen board, I'll first whip up a little template. Using some paper from a previous ArtSnacks Plus box, I'll quickly draw up a banana shape. With my template ready to go, I can now start to draw directly onto the linen board. For this, I'll continue to use the Derwent HB Graphic Pencil straight out of this month's box. This pencil is smooth and strong to the core, meaning less breakage for you. It's also lightweight and easy to hold, making it comfy to draw with. And it really is a very sturdy feeling graphite, especially since I'm drawing on a board and not just paper. You can also see this template I'm using is a simpler way to layer my design. I can control the visual balance of things while avoiding tangents. With my sketch complete, I'm now ready to start building up color. And to do this, the order of the next few supplies I'm going to be using is important as I'll be employing some very specific techniques. So let's first talk about the color pencil I'll be using to create an underpainting. This is the Derwent Inktense Colored Pencil. This is a water-soluble pencil that produces vibrant ink color when used with water. Once dry, the color is permanent, so you can apply multiple layers of it or put another wet media on top without your color budging. Over on my sketch, I'll contour color in and then fan it out with a wet brush. And what I'm doing here is slowly creating an underpainting. An underpainting is traditionally a first layer of paint applied to a ground, or in this case, our linen board. This then acts as a foundation for subsequent layers of paint. Underpaintings are typically done in one color and often in a warm hue. This helps to create values for future paint and an overall tonal foundation. And don't worry, this will all make sense in a bit. While I continue to work on the underpainting, let's also take a moment to talk about the brush I'm using. This is the King Art Finesse Kolinsky Sable Synthetic Blend Brush. This brush features a lovely wood-stained handle and strong synthetic bristles that you can use with a wide range of media. This brush also happens to be the perfect size and shape for my banana design. Banana Bonanza! As I mentioned earlier, the Inktense pencil is permanent once dry, and this is great if you want to come in and darken up some areas, and will be especially helpful as we move on to our next technique. With my underpainting complete, I'm now ready to apply a glaze, and I'll explain what that is in a moment, but first let me introduce you to the next 2 supplies I'll be using together. First up is the Golden Open Slow Drying Acrylic Paint, and this is not your average acrylic paint. As it says in its name, this is a slow drying acrylic that remains wet for an extended period of time. So we're talking a longer dry time and a bit of transparency. I did a little swatch on top of pencil to show you just how transparent this paint can be. Because of the longer dry time, this is actually a great type of paint for those of you that want to dip their toes into oil painting. And that's what brings us to glazing. A glaze is a very thin, transparent veil of color, and it's traditionally an oil painting technique. But you can do this with acrylic paint using a medium, which is what I'll achieve using the Golden Open Acrylic Gel found in this month's Plus box. This medium will extend and modify the viscosity of your paint. It will also impact its transparency so that I can create that veil of color on top of my underpainting. On a palette or leftover chunk of wax paper, I'll apply a dab of the medium and paint and begin mixing them together. The palette knife I'm using, by the way, is one of the 5 you're getting in this month's ArtSnacks Plus box. And whether you're applying or mixing paint, these easy to clean plastic knives from Art Alternatives are pretty darn handy. Once I've nailed down the right mixture of medium and paint, I'll begin to apply the glaze with the King Art brush. Just look at how this glaze really transforms and deepens the underpainting. You can see I'm able to apply this yellow color throughout without losing those shading and details I've done with the Inktense pencil. As a side note, you could use water as an alternative to the acrylic gel, but it may result in some dripping or an uneven application, so that's where it's really ideal to use a medium. This particular acrylic gel has a gloss finish, by the way, so that's what's giving my painting some real shine. With my glaze fully applied, I'll then come back in with some golden paint straight up to build up more areas of color. I'll apply it in a very painterly manner, but still making sure it's a very thin coat of paint. Because remember, the dry time is slow. With my glaze and extra paint in, this painting then sat in my very warm garage for about a day and a half until it was fully dry. And you'll know when it's completely dry when it's smooth to the touch and not tacky. Like I always say, some black detailing is a great way to bring something to completion. And to finish my painting, I'm going to use our last item from the August box to do just that. This is the Kuretake-Zig Hike Fude pen. Traditionally used for calligraphy, this pen is still a great tool to use for a wide range of art making. From writing to illustration, its hard brush tip can produce a variety of lines as you see fit. I really want these bananas to have a very illustrative, maybe even pop art sort of feel, so I'll come through and outline each one and add scribbly details throughout. And there you have it, guys, the August ArtSnacks box. Banana Bonanza. If you're new to ArtSnacks and want to start going bananas with some new supplies, there's a link down below where you can sign up. Of course, while you're here, don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe for future box breakdowns, join us for free over on Mix, and follow ArtSnacks on social media. This has been another ArtSnacks box breakdown, and I'll see you all next month for the season finale of the box breakdown. And maybe, just maybe, the spooky season arrives early. Be sure you're subscribed. You don't want to miss it. See you then. Bye.